video with a complete lie, but that's okay. I'm really trying not to breathe on the microphone with my nose, so I'm going to be taking a little bit of a kind of breath, just because I'm trying to keep all my air in. I did a little test to see what it would sound like if I was just breathing, and it just really fills the microphone with air. So we are at this level. I may make a few cuts if they're like really big breaths, but hopefully they're okay for you. I would like to address this. I'm just wearing a dressing gown, a robe, because you know what? Well, not just, but I thought I would wear something a little bit more relaxed, because this video is going to be a little bit more relaxed. I'm going to be whispering a little bit slower, and I am obviously closer to the microphone, so you're getting a lot more intimate details of my mouth sounds. And yeah, so that's basically all I have planned for this video. I'm going to be basically just doing a little bit of a whisper ramble, a little mental health checkup, you know how it is. So I'm just going to say up close whispering as the title, but we're just going to have a little chat, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. I don't really have a plan. Like with most of my videos, I write down the idea and we just kind of go from there. How is everybody doing? I hope you are having a good week so far, and I hope you are enjoying your near end to 2020. I know not all the problems are going to be fixed when we jump into 2021, but hopefully it is a fresh start for a lot of us. I hope you're doing well mentally. I hope you're checking in on yourself, and I hope you are taking time. It is something I always say, is to just take some time for you, and make sure you're treating yourself, you are looking after yourself. I know it can be, especially around these times where all holidays come up, you know, that it can be, you know, you're trying to get presents, or you're stressing about seeing family, and that is really important. But it is also important to make sure that you are looking after you, and you're, you know, it doesn't have to be that you're buying presents for you. It doesn't have to be that you are, you know, spending days and days and days just doing what you want, because there's a balance. But yeah, completely ignoring you and your personal needs is not something you should be doing, and it is so easy to do that around these times where family is probably friends, chosen family is seems to come first, or seems to take priority. I know for me, I've been stressing a lot about, you know, getting stuff, especially in lockdown. We had a lockdown where we're kind of out of it. Obviously we're still in restrictions, but I'm able to actually go out and shop now, whereas before all non-essential retail was closed and stuff. So I was trying to buy stuff online, and believe me, I love shopping online for me, but it can be hard when you are just kind of browsing. And usually for me, a lot of times presents come in like an inspiration. When I'm like looking around, I'll see something and it's not necessarily the thing I would like to buy, but it's like, oh, I see that, you know, vase over there, but that is a picture of this thing on it, and I'm like, oh, that person would like that. Anyway, so I haven't really been able to be, that was not English, I haven't really been able to do that this year, until kind of around this time. And I've done most of my shopping online, and I've tried to buy from smaller businesses. A lot of times it's really hard when you like don't know what you're looking for. It's hard to like peruse in shops or peruse online when, you know, they don't have a big selection of, you know, a smaller retailer. But something that I've been doing is going onto a bigger retailer like Amazon, I don't really know where else I would go to look, and looking for the item. And then if I find the item or something, like I'll be going through like the gifts, and I'll see something and I'll say, oh, that person would really like that, but I won't buy it from Amazon. I'll go look and see if there's a more local business or something that is doing something similar. And sometimes, you know, you just can't avoid, if there's something you really want to get for somebody and it is only on Amazon or it is only on a big retailer, like, I don't know where else. You know what, I'm not trying to give more examples, it doesn't matter. Amazon is where I would do most of my generalized gift shopping. If there is no local alternative, it's been kind of a weird year for that. But yeah, just if you are struggling to find something for somebody, maybe take a look at that. The gift section on Amazon is not always great, and it is hard to always find something you really, really want, or you really, really want to get somebody for somebody else. You want to get something for somebody else, but it sometimes does spark a little bit of inspiration that I've been lacking over the past few weeks. Yeah, I don't really want to make this too holiday related because I have a set just like I had for Halloween. I have a couple coming up, and they are Christmas focused. They are not related or focused on any other holiday, although obviously if you celebrate any other holiday, you are very, very welcome to join us for those videos. I'm gonna go into a bit more depth in my holiday whisper ramble, which will be coming up soon enough. And then we have our actual week of festivities. Anyway, back to some personal attention and doing things for you. I hope you're also not being too harsh on yourself, because that's something everyone I feel like is doing a little bit during quarantine. We are so stuck within ourselves and looking online, and we're seeing all these different lifestyles and all these different people doing different things, and they may be a bit more productive, or they may be a little bit, you know, more organized, or they seem like they're just, you know, rising and rising and rising, and you feel like you're a little bit stuck. So just try not to be hard on yourself. It is really easy to fall into that pit where you are just comparing yourself to everybody, and you are just feeling worse and worse and worse about yourself, and it just gets to a point of like low, and it's just not good, and you are then not your best self. You know, you're not gonna be great if you don't feel great. Yeah, so I mean, it is very easy to say try and not compare yourself, but in practice it's very, very hard to just avoid those. If something is making you feel negative on social media, and you can, I know that it sounds silly to say that you can't unfollow something or somebody, but sometimes if you unfollow somebody you're close to in real life, that can cause some like social weirdness between you two, or someone else. So mute somebody, or because I know it can be easy to say don't go on social media, but again, in practice it's not always that easy. So if you're not, and you can unfollow something or somebody, just take the time to do it, because social media should be for you. You should be able to go onto Instagram or wherever and not hate the things you're looking at. So try and curate it to suit your needs, which is what it really is there for. You know, follow pages that will make you feel more positive. Follow places you like instead of just people. Sometimes, I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect. I definitely follow things that I'm like, ugh, I wish I could do that, or I wish I was more like this, or especially for productivity or direction. I think knowing where you're gonna go in life or what you're gonna do is such a scary thing. You always feel like you have to be looking forward to something, or you have to be working on something, or you have to be, aspiring to something big and grand and amazing, and you just don't. You don't always know what you want to do, and you can't always know what you want to do because things can change, and that's perfectly fine. I said I was going to talk a little bit slower, and I feel like I've just been talking completely normally, but it's definitely closer, so that's something different, and I've been trying to my best avoid any, really loud breathing sounds or anything, so hopefully it's been okay so far. I can hear a few pops and stuff there, but anyway, direction and stuff is a really weird topic, and I really relate to it because I'm definitely at a point where I'm like, what am I doing? And seeing people around me, that have these, their career progressions and say they're studying for something they know they want to do, and it's like a clear path. They get out of college, they get a job, and they work forever in this job that they love. And I'm just not like that. And I think there is a societal push to do something that is very, accountant or businessy, a teacher, a very typical jobs, and there's nothing wrong with doing those jobs, and I do sometimes wish I could be like that, but I'm not. I don't want to work in accountancy. I don't want to work in an office job where I'm sitting at a computer typing spreadsheets and going to meetings and doing things I'm not interested in. And I know that's a really, really selfish way to live life. But I mean, I have the chance to do it right now. I'm able to figure out what I want to do, and I'm able to try different things, and I'm able to, like this, I'm able to progress things that I never thought I would be able to do, or I'm able to just sit and think about what I want to do and not put pressure on it because it's just caused me so much stress. So I would like to let you know that you don't need to stress about it. I think especially if you are in school or you're in college and you are kind of like, ugh, I don't know if I like this, or if you're in school and you're thinking, what am I going to do in college, or what am I going to go on to afterwards? Am I going to work? Am I going to do this or that or this? It's like, you're so young to be expected to just decide these things, to decide what you're going to do forever, or what they say. It's kind of implied that the career you go, or the path you go in, is forever, and it doesn't have to be. You could work your whole life as an accountant and then just go into making ASMR videos and do that for a while, and you could make ASMR videos for a while, then go into accountancy and teaching and this and that. Nothing is impossible. I mean, some things are impossible, like you're not going to be able to stand on the sun, but that's not important. Something a teacher told me in school, which was a really just perspective changing, and I'm not sure if everyone's academics is pushed in this way, but we are always pushed and pushed and pushed towards mainline college, mainline university, getting, for us it's a final exam, and then you, depending on how well you do in that, you get into different universities. But there are so many ways to get what you want. There are back doors, side doors, windows. There's a loose brick that you can pull down and get through that way. There is no set way to get to anything. There are always other options. So if one option doesn't work out for you, or one option doesn't seem like it's going to work out for you, explore other ways. If you really want this thing, there's not always one way to do it. So that's just something that really stuck with me and has helped me as well to not feel, because I didn't really go to like a mainline university, and it doesn't diminish any of the work I've done, and it doesn't make me a better or worse person for not pushing to go to education in a way that that is kind of pushed on us as younger people. I do think education is very important, and I did finish education as a college education, I suppose. There's like a distinction between university and university and college. I went to college, not university. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think it's important that you get educated, and maybe that's not even through school. You could be educated in any way. You could be educated through the internet, maybe not always reliable. I am fully rambling, but I hope you get something out of this, or hopefully you're asleep, one of the two. I hope you don't leave this video being a worse person than when you came in. So those, like, the 3 things will be taking time for yourself, knowing that you don't have to know what's to come. You don't have to be on a really, really clear path or a track. You can walk there, you can go off-road, and you don't even need to know. There's sometimes where you feel like you're just floating out in space with like nothing to tether you, but that's fine. You're gonna find something. You're always gonna hit a planet or another space station or something that you're gonna attach yourself to, maybe even just temporarily, and that will keep you grounded for a little while. Or maybe it's a person. Maybe people can be your rocks, and quite often they are. So maybe you will, that person can lead you to something else. I just say don't put pressure on it, and take time for yourself. That's my main takeaways. I'm trying to think of other things I want you to remember. Let me see. I don't think so. Maybe 2. Maybe to be open-minded. I always like being open-minded. In general, to other opinions, other ideas. You might not agree with everything straight away, or you might not want to take it on board, but it is important, I think, to hear out other points and hear out other people's thoughts and opinions, and then you can form your own, because you have both sides, or you have all 3 sides or all 4 sides of a story. And it's really, I don't know, the open-mindedness is really important to me, and I think it is really important in a person. And then again, it could be a personal thing that I'm just projecting onto you. But again, it doesn't have to be about like social issues. That's very important too. Let's not push that out of the way. But being open-minded and accepting social issues is a different kind of open-mindedness. For me, open-minded is, listening to somebody, being thoughtful, being there in a way that you're not pretending to listen, you are actually listening. You're being open-minded to their points, to their feelings. You are taking them into account. You are, registering them, and then you're responding instead of just disregarding or having a personal judgment. Say somebody comes to you with an issue, and you've had that issue before, but it's not the exact same issue. Listen to theirs. They may have something different, and you could get something else from theirs and say, oh, okay, maybe the way that I dealt with it won't work for you because this little variation or whatever. That's just a small example, but it is definitely something that I really value and think is a good attribute to have and to work on. I'm not always open-minded, there's things that I have my mind set on, and there are issues that I have my mind set on. You know, there's things that I would never say take someone else's point for, especially a lot of social issues in that way. If we're going back to that kind of example, there's a lot of things I would say, no, this is the way I choose to think about it. And there is also that important distinction to make sure that you know when you feel informed and you feel like you can make your decision and you can make your opinion, that you stick to it. You know, you don't have to be pushed around. Being open-minded is good, but once you are educated to the best of your ability and the best of your knowledge, it is also important to stand your ground. So those, I think, are my 3 lessons. I'm not sure if I had like a mini one in there. That was my like half whisper ramble, up close whispering. I hope you enjoyed. Yes. So I really hope you're having a good day, a good night, a good evening, and that you have I hope you continue that. Good day, good night, good evening, and I'm not claiming to be the wisest one out there, but I do hope you at least took something from this or change a little bit of your thinking, maybe on taking time for yourself, because it's really important. Maybe that's what you should do after this video if you're not asleep already, which, who knows. If you're not, and you still have hours in the day left, take some time, listen to some music that you like, go eat something that you like, and don't feel bad about it, because eating is normal. It's very normal. Again, very easy to say, not easy in practice. Let's not get into that, but we will get into bed and go asleep.